Hello everyone, this is Travalgar Vallertine coming with another video from my Mad Max series. Today I'll be doing the doof wagon, which is an interesting old military truck that used to hold rockets, which has been modified to an awesome morale booster for the troops. This is a very interesting truck with 64 speakers on it, 8 wheels, with a guitarist in the centre with a flamethrower. Very cool and very different. One of the most eye-catching trucks, I would say, out of the entire convoy that they have in the Mad Max films. Like all vehicles, I start with a simple wheelbase, and then I need the boxy kind of truck design to build on top. The speakers on either side of it are built from old air ducts. I've no idea what kind of building it would come from, but at least it has some sort of recycled components to it. And the speakers itself are made of lots of different kind of speakers you'll find, from sirens to trumpets to all sorts of different random stuff. Here I am just penciling the different shapes here and there. Simple squared one top suspension bit with a guitarist and everything. That stands about 20 feet high. I actually kind of regret putting this in the 3x3 square that I usually do, just because of how big it is and how complicated it is for the initial vehicles. Now I'm just going to go and ink in with a uni pen. I couldn't find my fine liner at the moment, so I had quite a thicker pen to use, so the lines aren't completely perfect, but this is just a fun doodle that I'm doing for my little sketchbook. Nothing professional, just having lots of fun. So working with the spikes in the front and the front wheels and stuff, getting all those little details in. Never realised how complicated the details were. There's lots of different treads and different tyres, markings on the truck and things. It's got a little the motor screaming symbol on the front of it. Working with the different treads here and there. The wing mirrors stick out quite a bit by about a foot, but on this angle for the right hand side one, it's kind of facing you, so you can't see how far it sticks out. Working with the different details of the panels on the truck as well. Because it's an old military vehicle, it's very rigid. Nothing kind of smooth shapes. The windscreen and everything is all blocky and heavy squared and stuff. Obviously, when this was first developed, this truck, I presume it would have moved very slow and things, so it wasn't needed for basically good aerodynamics and things. On the top is about 4 megaphones, about slightly different curved angles you need to add. And on top of those 4 megaphones, they've got these different spotlights which highlight the actual guitarist, and you'll probably see more of that in the scene where they go through the swamp and he's playing the guitar. Those are the lights that highlight him, basically. Add the little details here and there, such as the windscreens and little air vents and stuff like that. Like I've said in my previous videos, try and make these cars realistic as possible. Got this twin awesome exhaust sticking out from behind the cab. It's actually quite a simple design once you actually look into it, because it's just got the air ducts and the truck, and then the speakers that hang in front of the air ducts. This is like the main 3 components. And also you've got the drummers on the back, can't forget about them. Can't imagine what kind of shifts they must have been working in those hot suns as well. They must have been a pretty hard job to do. I know for a fact if I was ploughing down the road at 100 miles an hour, the last thing I'll be doing is wanting to bang the drum in the hot sun. Or bang anything for a fact. So the air ducts are held up by lots of different tubing and pipes that are supported. It's no kind of panels in between it and stuff like that. It's kind of very rough looking, very rugged. It also reduces weight as well. The first speaker that I'm doing on the right hand side consists of 2 large ones on the right, and then all these little miniature ones that surround it. Going with a few details around the different panels and things. And there's 4 speakers that go on top of that slightly larger one. Then there's a megaphone. Then we've got a little trumpet. Also, what's good about this vehicle, it's kind of symmetrical from both sides as well. So it's, when it comes to draw it, it's quite simple. If you know what to, once you figure out what one side is and where all the different megaphones are, then you can copy it. I tried to draw the little skull emblems with this fat pen on this little car that's on top of the cab that holds the stage for the driver. But when I draw the emblems, it looks like eyelashes on the headlights. But hey, that's just a simple mistake. I'm just doing a rough doodle. Continuing with the megaphones and things on top. Sorry, the camera angle is a little bad. It's a little bit off. Still getting used to the tripod that I have. It's a little complicated to use with. and then trying to add in all the different suspension cables and stuff. I think I'll probably do another redrawing of this, maybe from another angle, just because it was a bit too complicated for the size of the drawing and the weight of the pen. Being this drawing's only about 3 inches high, so it's not very big at all, and for all these little minute details of the different megaphone components and wires and suspension cables, and then even with a double guitar in the front, which is pretty cool with a flamethrower, it gets a bit too complicated with the pen I was using. But hey, it's good for a first run anyway. I got a good idea of what was going on. The suspension cables for the guitarist hang down in front of the speakers from the photo I was taking as a reference from, and then it actually stands in front of another large line of speakers altogether. So you can see that's the total picture that I did altogether. I did a big fat grey outline as well, just to give it kind of that effect when I'm in my sketchbook. I think next week I'll probably be working on the maybe Cranky Frank. I think that'll be a good vehicle to draw. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like it, and if you want to see some more, please subscribe. Thanks very much.